So in the work that I do with my clients, I really look at what makes a great manifestor and what doesn't. Often people come to me because they want to manifest something in their lives, and there's a big difference between those who are able to manifest and those who don't. And in this video, I'll talk about some of the qualities I see in people who are really good at manifesting and they manifest continually, and those that don't. These are all skills that you can learn and hone and apply. It's not exclusive to just a certain type of person, but maybe you'll learn something, even one thing that you can start to adapt. This is Pooja Eldiman. I am a life coach, spiritual mentor. I work with the chakra system and energy, and I combine it with mindset and techniques from neuroscience so that you can actually coach yourself and become empowered to change your life. So the first thing that a really good manifestor knows is that manifestation is really just another word for creation. It's not something that you say, okay, I believe in manifestation. It's something they just know to be true. They know that this is just how life works. We are consciously creating our lives and our worlds, and actually we have a responsibility to do that and to create what we want. And so what these people realize who are really good at manifestation is that there's a bit of a dance going on with the universe. So it's not kind of a once and done thing. We act, we give our energy, we behave in a certain way, we send out thoughts, vibrations and feelings, and then that is mirrored back to us via the universe in the form of things that happen around us. So an example of this might be, you start to feel, or you're working on abundance, you're really wanting to manifest more abundance. So you start to really work on your feelings of abundance. You start to really work on having a more abundant, positive mindset around money or anything else, any other type of abundance. And then suddenly the next day, you get a phone call from a friend offering you an opportunity that's going to pay you some money. This is a sign. It's like showing you that there's this dance that's going on. A really good manifestor knows that and pays attention to that, and will use that as a signal that what they're doing is working and is actually bringing back a result. And then they'll use that as positive motivation to take them forward. Someone who's not great at manifesting will change their behaviors, will receive the same phone call, but will kind of put it down to coincidence, and then is much more likely to give up on the process. So seeing it as a bit of a dance and really noticing the signs that come back to you as you respond to this energetic force field is really important. And really knowing that manifestation is a bit of a craft, it's a bit of a process. It does take time. And this is the second point that's really important. How you manifest and what works for you will be slightly unique to you. And a really good manifestor knows this. So for example, with me, I know when I'm about to manifest something, before it's actually come in, I know how I feel. Like I know exactly how my body feels, what happens in my system. I know when I feel faithful about something, what that feels like for me. And a really good manifestor tends to do the same. They realize that it's a process. It doesn't happen in one day. It can, but often it's a process. So it's about really understanding, what have I manifested in the past? How did I manifest that thing? And what truly works for me in order to manifest? Am I somebody who really needs a vision board? Not everybody does. Am I somebody who's able to have this really strong internal vision, connect to what I want, and just make it happen and just have this faith that it can happen? Am I somebody who really needs to write down the specific details in a list? And that's what's always worked for me. When I get really specific, I get what I want. Or am I somebody who can have just a very broad sense of this and then that thing comes to me? Okay, so they understand it's a process and they start to get really curious about themselves and notice how manifestation, how creation works for them. And then they use that process and rinse and repeat. Another thing that really powerful manifestors know is that it's more about the body and the feelings and the emotions than the mind. So they don't rely on just mindset alone. They're really, really invested in feeling the feelings of the manifestation. And they understand that if they don't feel the feelings in their body, they just won't manifest that thing that they want. So I see a lot of people trying to manifest, and when they don't do it well, it's because they're sitting there, they're having these thoughts, but those thoughts are kind of what I like to call dead thoughts. It's just a dead thought. You're not feeling it. You're not energized by it. It's not giving you that positive feeling you need that, you know what, I feel juiced up. I want this in my life. I feel it. I feel it. Because when I feel it, I know it's close. And a really good manifestor knows the difference between a dead thought and a thought that generates an emotion. So they use the body to give them these signals. Okay? When I think a thought, does it feel good? When I look at my vision board, do I feel good? Or do I feel a bit dead? Do I feel like nothing's happening? Because I know if I don't feel like anything's happening, if I don't feel it in my body, I won't manifest it. Or actually, I might manifest it, but if I do, it's not going to fulfill me. It's not going to make me happy because I'm not feeling the feelings of happiness when I look at it, when I think about it. The next thing that really good manifestors do is they practice gratitude. So they have a practice of gratitude which they use constantly every day. And that practice of gratitude really keeps them in the feeling of abundance and keeps them in the feeling of faith while they are waiting for their manifestation to come. So using money as an example, someone I know who was trying to manifest, it was actually a client, trying to manifest money, really wanted to make a certain amount of money, did not know where it was coming from, but really leaned into gratitude. What can I be grateful for today? They ask themselves this question on a day-to-day basis. What can I be grateful for? What abundance can I be grateful for today? What money do I have? And when they did this and they started counting this, it made them feel really, really faithful. It made them believe that they had power. It made them become detached, and it gave them this really incredible, powerful faith that what they were trying to manifest was on its way. And I could actually feel that faith from them as I spoke to them. There was just something in their system, in their energy, in the way they showed up, that I knew this was going to happen for them because there was this incredible level of faith. So that's the next thing. That gratitude, or whatever you need to do, that faith is so, so important. If you have that faith inside of you, you actually feel it, you believe it, and then you're actually not worried about time. Which takes me to my final point. A really good manifestor is not attached to time. They know that when you're attached to time and you need things to happen on a certain timeline, you don't believe it. You don't believe it's going to happen. Because knowing that something has to happen on a timeline, look, I'm doing it with my hands. It's like, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. Why hasn't it happened? You're constantly keeping score. When you detach from time, yeah? So you're trying to manifest something, you're looking at your vision board, you're feeling the feelings. Just feel into that for a second. Imagine something you want in your life. When you're detached from time, it feels so much more expansive. It feels present, it feels now, and it feels expansive. Like time is not even in the picture. Time is irrelevant. And that is way more powerful, way more magnetic and attractive to the universe, to the universal energy, than someone who's here struggling and stressing about time. So the last thing that a really powerful manifestor knows is not to worry about time. They work on their faith, they work on that feeling internally, knowing it will come. And then time is irrelevant. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, taken a few tips, and maybe there's something you can adapt when you're thinking about manifestation. And maybe take one of those tips and adapt it in the way you're approaching your manifestations. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe and share, especially if you know someone who's struggling to manifest something. This might help them. This is Pooja Elderman, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.